210.
No, probably more like 220. Yeah.
Okay, well, Harvey might come back there for a shoot.
I know. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Luca and Dylan here. It is Thursday, January 8th. It's a great day in the office. A lot of awesome stories coming at you today. A lot of crazy breaking news actually happening right now. Hence why Mr. Widman and Michael J. Babcock are not here right now. So we will get into that later today on the show. No doubt about it. But last night, yesterday, some really insane news coming out of this entire Rashee Rice, his ex-girlfriend situation, alleged abuse. The NFL has now begun investigating the domestic violence allegations put out there by Rashee Rice's ex-girlfriend. They have not explicitly said anything about Rashee Rice, but they are investigating Rashee Rice. But no formal charges or anything have gone against Rashee Rice in this case yet. We're also going to be talking about...
Well, yeah, more NFL news, the coaching carousel in the NFL. Another coach out in Miami, I guess. Mike McDaniel, I know there was a lot of talk all season. Are they going to get rid of him? Well, they finally did. It didn't happen on Black Monday. It took some time, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of teams are going to be excited about that. We'll break it all down. And then something for you. We got a Luca story.
Something happened last night, and I think at first when I was actually, we'll get into this story because it's pretty funny, but I was on the phone with Babcock and Lucas when the news broke.
Oh wow!
And I was not super happy about it at first, but Trey Young, point guard for the Atlanta Hawks, formerly for the Atlanta Hawks, four-time All-Star, is making his way up to the DMV. And he's a Wizard now.
Wow.
I never would have thought that I would be hearing four-time All-Star or anything relating to being a good basketball player and opting to go to DC, but apparently that's what happened. We're going to break that down, have a bunch of awesome notes to talk about regarding that story. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, no, I mean, NBA trade deadline usually is an exciting thing. We're in like early January.
Yeah.
It's a big superstar leaving too.
It is.
So notable, like there was talks earlier this week or last week about Trey wanting to get out, and he wanted to go to Washington. So
I think the thing is that I was doing research, listening up a bunch of analysts, former players talking about this trade, and a big thing that they were talking about is the fact that it's probably pretty unlikely that Trey Young looked around the association and was like, yes, the Wizards are the team that I want to go to. But with all the second apron stuff, with all the cap space situations, with how trading contracts works, the Wizards have some of the most cap space in the entire NBA. They traded expiring contracts that matched up with Trey Young's contract.
Old guy leaving too. So.
A guy that can go help a team that's fighting for a playoff spot. Yeah. That's kind of offers the same, not a ton on defense, but a high upside on offense. It kind of seemed like one of the only moves that could have been available. But I mean, regardless, he's shown that he's okay with going to DC, which is honestly more than most people have shown, honestly, since John Wall and Bradley Beal left. So I think I'm excited. Now I'm more excited about this than I am down on it.
Yeah, I don't know how it shakes up the Eastern Conference.
It shakes up the bottom of it shakes up the mud on the bottom of the lake in the Eastern Conference.
Must be a future move. But you even said you got tickets right away, and those tickets got a little more expensive.
They did. And I mean, I think it's I think the thing that's going to be interesting now is that the Wizards, are they actually going to play? Trey Young. There's a lot of draft pick stuff. There's a lot of factors that go into this trade that kind of make it seem like he'll play a little bit. He'll put on the uniform, but next year and the years going after that, where we possibly give him extension, will be kind of the rebuild for the Wizards. That's the first big piece. He's 27 years old. I mean, I could talk about it all day, and we will. So don't worry, guys. We'll get into that.
There's a great clip if you haven't seen it. We'll show it. But him getting traded.
Oh my God,
that happens like a lot. I mean,
it does. And a lot of the former players were saying that they actually hated, like Isaiah Thomas in particular was talking about it, and he was like, these executives, the league has to figure out these trades. Like, it's disrespectful to the players to trade him in the middle of a game.
It happens in like hockey too.
It happens all the time.
It doesn't really happen in the NFL.
No.
That's like kind of the one spot maybe it doesn't.
But it's like all these other leagues.
Baseball, you've seen it happen a bunch.
Yeah, you'll see a guy. I remember there's famously a guy who they were playing each other. Then he got traded to the other team, and it was in the middle of the game. There's a lot of stuff like that. But all right, but guys, I see all of y'all in here. Let me say what's up. Draga Pro, Durain Stewart, Christy, Steven, Bubba Chevy.
Ooh, Bubba Chevy.
Oh, Bubba Chevy saying some interesting. Sorry, Tracy, Denise, Bella, Coney Island, Brienne, Claire. Everybody's up in here. Jen, how's it going? I did get a haircut. I did. Thanks for noticing. Clover, Brandon. Oh yeah, do we have some college football tonight?
We do.
This is a very exciting weekend for sports.
Miami, Ole Miss tonight, tomorrow.
Who do you have in tonight's game?
Ooh, I mean, I'm kind of pulling for Ole Miss. I think Miami's a better team, and they are favored. But Ole Miss, of course, yeah, that story, Lane Kiffin leaving them, and like they think they got a chip. I mean, they're in the college football playoff, but they kind of got that little chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it starts like early here in the West. It starts at 4:30.
I know. I think
early.
it is an interesting time for the game, but I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, like you said, with all the Lane Kiffin situation.
But did you see he still gets like bonuses if
Yeah.
they
Oh
win
yeah. I mean, he
stuff.
made
Like,
a bunch of money off them winning that last game.
Yeah, so that's kind of the hard part. Is they're like
It's bittersweet, but I feel like also it's still, you know, at the end of the day, it'll go down in history that Ole Miss won the national championship if they do, without Lane Kiffin, who left for a job in the middle of the season. And especially if he doesn't go on to win one at LSU.
Well, it's crazy too, because obviously he left in a like terrible way, but like the team would not be where they are without him too. So it's a weird dynamic.
And I don't even think it was that terrible of a way.
Also, does he get like? Is it like the NBA or the NFL where do you get a ring? If like, will he get a?
Absolutely, he'll get a ring.
If they win the Fiesta Bowl, can he say like I won the Fiesta Bowl?
I think he probably like. I think the only thing keeping him from the sideline is just the the athletic director of Ole Miss being like, we don't want you.
Well, he doesn't work for them anymore technically.
That's true, but I mean, I know that he would have been able. But that's like, see, that's why I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Is like the NCAA. If the NCAA didn't want stuff like this to happen, they would change the recruiting cycle for players, the transfer portal for players, as well as when they're able to intervene on coaching and stuff. Like now, I mean, that was a big thing famously with actually a fired head coach for the Arizona Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon, after the Eagles lost the Super Bowl the first time against the Chiefs. He'd already silently accepted the job to be the Cardinals head coach beforehand, and then they made a rule where you can't do that anymore.
Wow.
So it's like, stuff like that it only causes drama, and I think in this situation, I don't blame Lane Kiffin for it. I mean, going to LSU, which is a historically amazing program, versus a program that, you know, it's an SEC team. It's good.
Yeah.
And he made it very good.
Yeah, and he's doing recruiting of his own. There's been a lot of photos of him with QBs and whatnot. But like back to Gannon, like I mean, left the Eagles, and now gone out of Arizona.
And I mean, people in the Eagles.
Would you like to have him back? Was he offensive?
He was our defensive coordinator. But see, the thing is that's why it's funny is that afterward the whole thing came out that Jonathan Gannon had accepted the Cardinals head coach job a week before the Super Bowl had started. He was doing interviews with them during, you know, the kind of media press week that they do before the Super Bowl, and then proceeds to get 38 points dropped on his head in the Super Bowl, right? Yeah. So it's like Eagles fans would tell you that, I mean, it sucked that we lost.
And they were up 10 at half,
and we were exactly
something like that, right?
Yeah, we were winning, and Jalen Hurts played statistically one of the best Super Bowl performances ever.
And it's still his screensaver that day, right?
Yep, and I mean, he got his lick back for sure, but it was I mean, I don't know. There's a lot. This whole head coaching cycle is just so interesting. I think it was something that like a third of NFL teams or something need a head coach now.
Jeez.
It's like.
And
absurd.
all these guys who went from coordinator to head coach, like, are they going to go back to coordinator? Are they going to go?
Yeah, I mean, people are saying that about Mike McDaniel, who's this, you know, supposed offensive mastermind.
Guru, yeah.
And, you know, I mean, put together some pretty good offenses with fast pieces. The NFL obviously has seemed to move away from the speed is king kind of players and that kind of playbook, I feel like, a little bit. But I would be very surprised if he goes and gets an offensive coordinator position now. I feel like I could see him, you know, even going to Baltimore, switching to play up with Lamar Jackson. And seeing Harbaugh go down to Miami. Because, like, you have to think that has something to do with their decision to part ways with him.
Yeah.
You know?
And yeah, there were kind of reports that maybe Harbaugh had been reached out to this week.
They really liked him. That's why I wish the Giants guy, Michael J., was over here, guys, because he's a huge Giants fan.
Yeah,
he's reportedly
he was sweating a bit. He'll tell us too. He was saying that he's like, dang, I'm bummed that there's another opening now. Nothing less.
No.
Yeah, it's less likely for him to go to New York now, but I mean, still pretty likely.
Yeah, I mean, I think if out of all the situations, that's one where you have a young quarterback that's really good, and all this other fun stuff. So I think I could definitely see that happening.
Well, even like I don't know. I said it yesterday, but like 18 years in Baltimore, that's raising a kid.
Yeah, I mean,
like, there has to be some time where
I was 4 years old when he became the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens.
Dude, that's crazy.
Pretty
We got a pic of Luka, and
when I was a girl and an Eagles fan. Clover, Dragapro won headline saying it was a very nice gift to you, and I want sports to sign the front of all and Harvey Charles on the back. Clover, we'll I'm sure if you told Tawana that, we can definitely get that figured out for you.
Shirt winner?
Yeah, because Dragapro won Clover in headlines a shirt and then gave it to Clover. So
nice. I tried one day.
For headlines?
Yeah, I was sitting at my desk and I got in the chat and I typed in a headline that he was reading the options to Harvey, and he said Dylan said this one. And Harvey looked over and was like, "You can't win." I'm like, I had a great headline too.
What was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember. No.
Do you know what the story was about?
I don't, but it was something clever.
It was Dill the Thrill guys,
something just got shot.
Have you ever seen that video, the gif of like the paper and the pen is like on fire? That's Dylan.
That's what Lucas and Babcock are doing right now.
I know. Oh, look who it is, guys. Special guest. Brandon, I have seen The Blind Side, and Krista.
The pride
What is
of
up
Ohio.
with this heated rivalry stuff, man? Like, what is like?
Have you not? Yeah. Okay.
Like, what's? I mean, okay.
Heated
So
rivalry.
I know
It's
that
sports.
it's about a.
Give it up for Lucas in the chat. Let's get
guys.
some W's, some
W's
upside,
for
some W's for Wid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
W's for Wid.
Fill the chat with some W's.
Wid.
Hi, what's up, everybody?
How's
You're back, man.
Yeah.
How's my back?
Yeah. You carrying the site over there or what?
I'm not carrying the site. We have an amazing team.
Oh, all right. Yeah, good.
How are
I think your back's fine.
How are the fingers doing after?
Shannon, Danny, Chad, Babcock, everyone's.
Squad's
all
working
right,
hard.
so then you're back
What
fine.
do you want to share a little bit of what you were working on?
The 911 call that was made by Chiron Moore's wife the day he lost his job and was arrested has been released, and we posted it. And it's very emotional, and it just goes into detail about where his mind was at that time. Wow. It's a dark subject. It's a touchy subject. It is, I feel for Chiron Moore in that moment. Obviously, he was arrested and charged in that incident, but it's clear he was not in a good place there. And not to like get too serious in the chat and everything, but it's just a reminder. You have no idea what's going on with people at any given time, and the things that she is relaying to police dispatch regarding what he was saying, it's heartbreaking. You never want to hear someone say they're threatening anything about their lives or anything like that. And
it's wild. I mean, working here, I feel like the police audio is always in almost any story we do.
Super jarring.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, that's a good reminder from like what Luke's just said.
Heavy.
Don't judge books by their cover, and also make sure to check on everybody that you care about. People, maybe that you're seeing are going through it a little bit. Even just say, hey, how are you doing? And a positive smile, that kind of little thing, make a big difference. So, Chris, that's definitely a very sad story. I know that I think we will be talking about that later on in the show, so we'll kind of get into more details regarding that situation. But
it's people make all their comments without knowing much about the actual couple, Chiron and his wife.
Yeah.
Here she is on the phone, knowing everything that everyone knows now because this is such a highly publicized
very big
case
story.
and everything. She said, all I care is that he comes home safe.
Yeah.
And people
that's a
were
good partner right there to be.
cracking their jokes and saying what they want. The internet is going to internet, but here was someone's partner in his darkest moment just saying, do whatever you can to bring him home safe.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's.
But we'll definitely get into that more. What have I missed that you guys have discussed?
We talked a little bit about the.
Who else in here?
The usual suspects. We got Draga Pro saying, Lucas, that jacket is lucky to have you.
Oh, wow. You
We're
two
lucky to have Draga Pro.
You two kind of got similar colors.
We kind of do, man.
Twins?
My twin and them.
Sheesh.
Hey. There you go, guys.
Did we talk about the WID bomb?
Okay, no. So I was gonna save that for after, but we can talk about it now. Well, we need Babcock here too. I think.
That's true. We can't share the story without the.
Because this is a very funny story, guys. It's honestly, it's one of the like most. It's probably obviously the Wizards have been a historically tortured and sad franchise. Much like Charles isn't over here for me to mess with them anymore, but much like the Jets franchises, just a torture.
Oh, Steve can hear you.
Steve can hear me. That's true. Sorry, Steve.
Can you hear me? Is my mic working? Is someone talking in my ear?
Yeah, he's mine's very good.
I can't hear anybody.
But
Okay.
But it was this is like, I remember when A.J. Brown got traded to the Eagles, and that was awesome and exciting. But I think this is probably my favorite news of somebody being traded to one of my teams that I love, just because of like the circumstances that I found out.
Oh, Wid bomb, like
the Wid bomb. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
The Wid bomb was,
I see where it's going.
I'm telling you, I only want my news broken to me that way.
I can
from
work
now
on that. Yeah.
Dude, wait, anytime like you see something that's like regarding one of my teams, I just want you to call me and be like, Wid bomb alert.
Yeah.
I love that. Or like make your own little graphic and just send it to me.
A little emoji or something. I have an emoji on our Slack channel.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
I
I thought it was Wid. Could be wrong.
Krista, I did not, today has been just like an extension of yesterday, a crazy day following this entire, alleged abuse from Rashee Rice's ex, as well as the Chiron Moore stuff. There's kind of just a lot going on. So
Heavy stuff.
let's see. Clover, they do not do that on the other live stream. I don't read comments once they talk about. Yeah, Clover. Think over here. We're just we have an opportunity to kind of sit down and talk and read the comments a little bit more closely and stuff. So we definitely want to be able to emphasize the mental health aspects of some of these stories that we talk about, because a lot of them, like Lucas said, are not as black and white as they may seem when you read the headline off the bat. So
Right.
try to make that a preface.
Did you guys see Charles's gift from me?
What'd you get him?
The other stream?
I did.
It's not a gift, it's a loan.
Oh, it's a loan.
Yeah.
What'd you loan him?
So remember on our stream
Yes.
before the new year,
Exclusive.
or was it last week?
Might have been last
Whatever.
week.
Yeah.
Might have been New Year's Day.
Everything gets blurred anymore.
Yeah, we were talking about resolutions.
Charles said he wants to listen to new music every month on vinyl.
Stray Kids.
So I brought in my Stray Kids album, Karma, which was released earlier last year, or late last year. And
Which is new still.
It is.
he was talking all about it, and I feel like he's not going to like it, but I appreciate him giving it an honest try.
So
How long does he have?
guys, look who it is.
Oh, shoot, Michael
Yeah.
J.
If I don't have
Oh,
it
my
back by
stuff
Monday,
there.
we got problems.
We got
Well, you said 2 weeks?
I said this Monday. If he doesn't have it back by Monday,
how many songs are on there?
8. And then 2 bonus tracks.
Is it one, like, you just flip? Like, there's not 2 discs in there?
No, it's just one.
Or disc, not disc.
Just
one vinyls.
Just disc.
Just disc.
They're not discs.
Vinyl.
Vinyls? Yeah.
Record.
Okay, well that's exciting. I'm actually very curious to hear. We have to have Charles come on and tell about that situation.
Yeah.
I think that's
Or
important.
he's got to get you on and get to the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to
Oh
get
my
you.
God.
He's got to reach out to your people.
How long are their episodes? I'll probably triple the time.
You got to look it up and go check it out and go sub.
The thing is, Babcock hears it, but there are some times where I think I'm talking to Charles and Charles is not listening.
What percentage of the time?
So then Babcock's like, I don't think he's listening, bro.
Krista, no, I did not.
Day after a haircut never looks that good.
Right.
You look like you're a day or two past.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Dill. I think I just need like a week. Give me like a week, and then I'll be like, fully there. But it was weird
I
this morning.
think you look great, but yeah, might even look better.
Thank you, Babcock.
Yeah.
This morning was a weird experience for me though, because usually my hair is all like, it was so long and crazy. I just like the first thing I do in the morning is just put it back, and I put my fingers through it, and I was like, "There's nothing there." I was kind of scared.
I
Big
think it's
pile
actually
of
a
No,
really
huge
good
pile.
haircut because we were talking for like 2 minutes
yeah.
before I was like, you got a haircut. And I think those are the good haircuts.
Yeah, that's
where
right.
it's
Okay,
not
yeah.
super drastic.
Yeah. I always just get it shorter on the side and then keep it a little long. That's it. I tell my guy, I just walk in there and I just say, you know what to do, and he just does the same thing every time. I don't need anything fancy anymore.
Why'd you give me that look?
Do what one first? I'm sorry, Steve.
He just gave me a
Chiron
look.
first. Okay. I have not heard this, so this is going to be my.
Clover, he ain't listening,
You
bro.
could probably we'll welcome on the single. You
Okay.
welcome in Luca Dillon, and Lucas can probably get you to the call.
Okay. Okay,
We'll
so
do
we've
this
got
first.
the We have now heard the 911 call made by Chiron Moore, the former Michigan head football coach's wife. And it's... When was this, Lucas?
December 10th.
20th, right?
December 20?
No. December 10th.
December 10th.
Did I have 20 in the...
No. I was looking at something else.
December 10, okay. Am I missing something, or do we have notes or no?
Dang,
Not on
probably
this.
don't.
No, no, that.
Okay, no, I know not for that. I don't have any for any though. I don't think. Unless
Yeah, no, that was like,
over there.
he's
That
like
was
it's
mine?
like one of those things
Okay.
where the way I always
There
thought
are
about it
notes
was that like
underneath
same
your
thing with
laptop,
Russell
Babcock?
Wilson, where he's never gotten an MVP vote.
Okay.
Even though he played like,
Oh my God.
I always thought the same
What's
thing.
that, right? No, I'm not. I'm
So
just
I used
saying
to
in
love
general.
watching
the other
the
one.
I didn't
Trailblazers
know-
when I was younger.
I didn't have any. Yeah. But I think I got them right here, right?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that-
yours under your computer.
Okay, so we'll go through these here pretty quick.
We do?
Yeah, it's.
It's fine. We don't worry about us being there, but there's going to be some stuff going on at 2:00. So, and it'll probably be a little delayed. So, but we're good.
Guys, all I
Don't need
want
to
to make
worry
sure we
about
talk about is the Wid bomb last
Oh,
night.
that was great.
That was an all-time moment.
Yeah. Did you guys tell the story?
Not yet.
yeah,
We waited for
we're-
you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Because you were part of it.
You were.
Thank you for that. Yeah, me, Lucas, and Luca were on the phone when big news happened.
The biggest basketball
Lucas
news
broke
of
it.
the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I guess I'll just say it real quick.
Yeah,
Last
say it
night
real
I was
quick.
driving home and I get a call from Babcock and then he's like,
That's kinda
"Hey, I'm
scary,
gonna."
by the way.
No, and I was like, "Oh, it's like Michael J." But then it's that headshot that comes up and I was like, it's like what a cutie, I can't. I didn't get too scared. And then he patches in Wid, and
Yeah.
then we discussed some of
Yeah.
the news regarding the allegations that Rashee Rice's ex-girlfriend made, and in the middle of it. Lucas just yells, "Congratulations, Luca," and says, "Trey Young is officially a Washington Wizard." And I was not
Luca
thrilled.
was celebrating. He was
think I heard,
yelling,
like, whimpering
I was like, "Wow!"
We got him. We got our guy. He was
I
making
was not
what I
happy.
thought, and Lucas, I think too. I won't speak for him, but I thought it was a wild prediction. Lucas said this puts us over the top, and we are now
Of what? Of what?
over the top.
He didn't say that.
It's over the top.
Over the
didn't say
top
that.
of maybe being semi-relevant. I don't know.
I think this now makes the Wizards the best team in the nation's capital.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
I think that's fair.
the best team in
Capitals?
DC.
Oh, Georgetown is.
Ovechkin still.
I meant
Yeah.
NBA team.
NBA
NBA
team.
team.
Yeah,
Yes,
out
yeah.
of all the NBA teams and WNBA teams in the
Yeah.
nation's capital, I think the Wizards might be the best.
I agree.
Okay. I
No, guys, I was not thrilled, but you know
I would
what?
agree with that.
In the segment, I've come around a little bit to it. I've come around a little bit.
Right.
So
You'll have some exciting moments if nothing.
I'm
else.
at least gonna be able to watch the games and be like, oh, there's a guy who's competent at playing basketball out
right.
there. So I got
And
some
you never
stuff.
know.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk.
You're not. I don't think any team is winning an NBA championship with Trey Young as the best player, but you
Sell
build
more
around them.
tickets. It'll be more fun to
Right.
watch. I'm not overall. I don't think I watch every Wizards game, but I haven't had fun watching a Wizards
Right.
game.
So
in-
maybe that'll change now. Hopefully
since,
that'll change.
Yeah, since John Wall and Bradley Beal were together on the court, like it has not been fun.
Yeah, hopefully that will now change. Okay, all right, so Steve, all four lead show, Chiron Moore, and we've now got this explosive 911 call made
Correct.
by
I'm
his
going to
wife.
start with you on this camera, and then once you bring them in, we'll go to the wide.
Okay, right on camera.
Right where
What's
you
the name of
look
that again? Camera like,
260.
that's 2.6?
That's gonna change
So
to
2.6, 9, 10, and 33 naturally.
actually. That's gonna be 38 actually.
Oh, it's yeah. I was
Do you guys see
wondering.
the pattern?
Before we
There's
start,
none.
do you guys see the clock?
Want me to put letters
You see a clock going up?
Yes, we do.
B, C,
I see
D.
it.
Yeah, we're not smart.
Yep, green
We're
clock.
not that smart, Madison. You know
We're not.
this.
That's at 7 seconds, 8 seconds.
Green, yeah. It says 10 and 11, 12, 13.
That'd be sick if it
Let's do
jumped.
this.
Yeah, Steve's not.
That's a good show.
Okay, serious. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Babcock here with my guys, Lucas, Luca, and Dylan. Fellas, we're going to start with a really serious story and really one of the biggest stories of what was all of 25 and now into 2026. We have got our hands on the 911 call made by Chiron Moore, the former Michigan head football coach's wife. Now, of course, remember what happened. This was on December 10th when he allegedly had this inappropriate relationship, right, with a staffer in the athletic department. They fire him, And then, by all accounts, he just loses it. And he threatened to harm himself, Lucas, didn't he?
Yes. And we knew these claims that were made by Moore's wife as part of all the information that was being released by officials at the time. But hearing the audio really puts into perspective what was going on at this time. You hear a partner who is scared about what is possibly going to happen if there is not legal intervention from anybody in a situation like this. And we're going to play the audio for you, but it was really actually troubling to listen to when we got it in the office just a few minutes ago.
911, where's your emergency?
My husband, I'm worried that my husband's going to hurt himself. And I need you, can you guys track his phone?
Okay, why do you think he's trying to hurt himself?
Because he said that to me.
Okay, what did he say
That
specifically?
he's trying to kill himself.
Okay, where is he?
I don't have a clue. He just called me and said he got fired from his job, and he's in crisis. He's in crisis, and I told him that I love him and that I need him to come home, but I don't know where he is. He said he was at a highway.
Okay, all right, hold on just a second for me, okay? What's your name?
My name's Kelly. I'm his wife.
Okay, Kelly. All right. Does he normally carry any weapons on him or anything?
No, he does not.
All right, and you called me right away?
I just need to make sure he's safe. Yes, I called you. He's called a couple times, and I'm terrified that he's going to do something to himself, and I can't. I told him to come home.
Yeah, but you can hear the pure fear and just the terror in her voice that she was so worried that he was going to do something to harm himself. Now, look, we have reported on this extensively. He has been accused of crimes, including a felony. But I think in that moment, obviously, she's not worried about him allegedly cheating on her or anything else that really happened, allegedly. She is just wanting her husband to be okay, and I think that came across loud and clear in her voice.
Right, and a lot of people have talked about this situation and especially the reasons why he was fired and making jokes and making light of the situation or saying, you know, she's got to be leaving him at this point, blah, blah, blah. But this audio paints an entirely different picture. This is a woman who is caring for someone in his darkest moments. And yes, as you said, Babcock, he is criminally in trouble here. He's facing 3 charges, the felony, home invasion, and then stalking and breaking and entering, which are both misdemeanors. He's actually going to be in court later this month. So we'll see how that goes and everything.
There hasn't been much action in the case. The house that he allegedly broke into was of the staffer that he had that alleged inappropriate relationship with. You know, we don't know. We don't know what his defense is going to be, right? So he may have a different side of the story. In fact, I'm sure he will. He hasn't been convicted of anything, but again, it's a very serious charge. And he, you know, he would have been in some trouble. I don't know if he would have gotten a head coaching job right away after getting fired the way he was fired, but it seemingly made everything worse. If it did go down the way that the authorities say it went down, and now, like we have pointed out here, he is facing potential prison time if he is convicted. Has not yet happened, though. I think in the moment, bottom line, his wife was terrified for his safety. Steve, is there any way for me to do the top different? Because I had literally never heard any of that, and I didn't realize that she was just frantic as she was. Is there any way to just cover it? Can you cover it, and then kick it to? Then I kick it to Lucas. Can I do that? Can I just introduce again? I just want to say that she was because that is much more that's more powerful than I thought. Yeah. Just absolutely. I'm gonna say welcome, introduce everyone, and then I'll set it up real quick, and then I think everything else was good. Yeah.
I won't.
Okay. No. Yeah. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Babcock here with my guys, Lucas, Dylan, and Luca. Fellas, we're going to start with a really serious story. Chiron Moore, of course, the former Michigan head football coach. We know what happened. We know December 10th, there was an alleged incident where he lost his job and then was later arrested. There were also reports, there were allegations that Chiron Moore had threatened to harm himself. And now, for the first time, we have actually gotten our hands on the 911 call that was made by Chiron Moore's wife. And we're going to play this in a second. Lucas is going to set it up for us here. But you hear just the pure terror in her voice as she is clearly so concerned for the safety of her husband. Right, Lucas?
Yeah, that'll work. We'll make the edit there.
Okay, I just want to do it because that was.
No, you're good.
That was like
that was the first time I heard
pretty
that.
good.
That
Yeah,
was very strong.
not good. Not good from the standpoint, obviously, but just
it's
it's
jarring.
emotional. Yeah.
Impactful.
Yes, impactful. Impactful, very
Baby
much.
crying in the background too. That's,
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's another point is they did welcome a child recently, and you hear crying in the background.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Which is jeez.
Man.
Yeah, that's heavy stuff. Okay, where do we go from here?
We'll do. Let's do Mike McDaniel. Let's do one that's at least not sad next.
Okay, what is this?
Coach McDaniel.
Latest coaching firing.
Okay. Who are we talking? Teron Armstead, though.
Yeah, 5-time Pro Bowler, played
Okay.
3 years with him. He has an idea who should be next. Babcock's not gonna like this.
Oh, where Mike should go next, right?
No, this is
Who
where
should be the
who they
next
should
coach?
hire.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
gonna like either
Got
of
it.
those.
Oh, because he said me.
He did. He did say
right?
that he
okay.
thinks he could. He thinks the Falcons and the Giants could be good fits for him. But this is him on John Harbaugh.
Oh, it's heavy.
Make sure it's purifying at the top.
Yeah, I got to do that first.
Is it cleansing?
Make sure your Alexa is on the top there.
Hey, Alexa.
Mike
Can't fill it up all the
McDaniel.
way because you have to make sure the lights get.
Oh, I see. We got to make sure they bounce off the bottle.
Hey Alexa, purify my water, please.
Oh.
Play
Hey, guys,
Stray Kids, too.
Lucas has an Alexa water bottle.
What is that?
It's cleaning my bottle.
I think that is the biggest snake oil
Do you
that
believe
I've
that?
ever seen.
No. It's cleaning the bottle?
Yeah,
With
dude,
UV
read the book.
light.
With light?
Yeah,
Where are you getting all this money all of a sudden?
I bought this.
It's actually a funny
He's got this new wardrobe.
I bought this
Fancy wardrobe.
New year.
Yeah.
I bought this for Avnish 2 years ago. He is very tough to
Oh,
buy
that's
Christmas gifts for.
So, guys, listen to this. So, Lucas, now he's got a roommate who is very high up at Apple. And,
Tim Apple,
yeah.
Avnish.
So, Lucas gifts this roommate the water bottle. And then the guy gives it back to him 2 years later,
As a
not
regift.
remembering, as a regift.
I mean,
2
waiting
years
2
later.
years, though, is
so
like...
he kept that thing for 2 years in his room and didn't use it?
Yeah, and that entire time he was probably like, look at this hunk of junk.
Right, right. Like, this is crap. I'm going to give this to
I
Lucas.
mean, if
Honestly,
you're high up at Apple, too, it's like
This
you
is
couldn't even
outrageous.
get front some AirPods or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
This is crazy.
This company has now partnered with Apple, so I feel like I was on the right track.
well,
Yeah, no,
but
it's cool.
for sure the same
It felt
one.
good. It's got good grip to it, too.
It does.
You still have the receipt?
So look,
Yeah.
I'm appreciative, and he's a great roommate, very nice guy. Like,
Salt of the earth.
I don't know.
mistakes happen like this. I'm not going to beat him up too much for it. Like,
I don't know. I'm not. I
it
don't
is
know.
rather.
No, I
Regifting
think
is-
that's
it
like
is
a
rather
no-no. You cannot do
Yeah,
that.
you can't do that, right?
You can. I mean,
You're gonna
see, that's
regift,
fair
like-
game
He's
to
using
throw in
it,
the white
though.
elephant.
Yeah, right.
He
fine.
definitely didn't do it on purpose, and now I have a new water bottle. So
Yeah,
Did
no,
you
and it's a
tell
good
him?
gift.
Did you tell him?
no, I couldn't.
But if you're gonna
Hope he's not watching.
You have
something.
to. So wait, does that mean you now wait 2 years to tell
Give
him?
it back
about
to
Well,
him.
hold on.
Give it
Yeah,
back
that's
to
the
him.
move.
Give it back.
The power move is you give it to him.
Yeah.
When is something? When's his birthday?
April.
Oh, that's in April.
Dude,
You've got
you
to
have
give him
to.
it
That's
back.
a layup.
That's yeah.
You
You
got to
have
give
do
him it
that.
back.
Oh.
And then when he says, "Dude, I gave that to you," you go, "No, dude, I gave that to you."
And then
Okay,
you need
will
to
you?
set up a little camera in the
He won't
side
do
so
it.
we can play that. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Can you
not-
film it and we'll show it on the show?
That is
or the
awesome.
stream.
All right,
That is a
ready
great
to
idea.
do,
It's not the
Dolphins?
reason for
Steve
Christmas.
isn't into Watergate.
That's not the reason.
Watergate.
Water bottle gate.
Why is there,
Water bottle
why is there
gate.
something else known as Watergate?
First gate.
Just a little
And
thing.
we also have Bottlegate. So
Yeah, Bottlegate. Up there with Watergate.
All right, so Mike McDaniel is fired. What'd they go this year?
They.
Hold on. These are notes. This is going to help us.
Oh, surprisingly,
We got his total record.
not on here. Yeah, it's not.
7-10.
7-10, okay.
Impressive.
6-7.
So Mike McDaniel out and Teron Armstead. What they should do next.
Teron Armstead,
They
right?
probably beat more teams with winning records.
Teron Armstead,
They probably beat
12
more teams with
seasons.
winning
Wow,
records.
long
Yeah.
career. Nice, really nice guy when he
So
came
did-
in
so
here,
did
too.
the Giants.
Teron
3 under
Armstead.
McDaniel and Mike.
3
And
under
he still
McDaniel.
lives in Miami.
Okay.
He's close. He's tight with the team.
Got it. Is this welcome back or
No,
moving
this will
on?
be moving on. This will be right after that. So
Okay, 7th open job, 8th firing, 7th firing?
there's 7 open jobs.
7, okay, so 7th head coach to lose his job? this season?
Eight, my bad. Eight. There's 8 now. 7
Okay,
yesterday.
8. He was the 8th. Okay, all good.
All right.
Okay, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Wide shot. Okay, so I'm looking at camera 10 or 9. All right, moving on to the latest firing in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins fired their head coach, Mike McDaniel. I think probably a surprising one to a lot of people.
Yeah.
If nothing else, that it didn't happen on Monday, right? I mean they waited a few days to make the move. Now the question is, who takes over in Miami? I think you could argue that they've got some pieces. They've got some players on the team that might be attractive to a potential coach out there. Mm-hmm. We asked somebody who knows Mike McDaniel because he played for him. Played for 12 seasons in the NFL, as a matter of fact. Teron Armstead was one of the best offensive linemen in the entire National Football League. Played a couple of seasons for Mike in South Beach, 3 to be exact. Now, this guy's a 5 it takes to play at a high level in this league. Who does he think should be hired in Miami? Here he is.
That's tough because I am a person that likes to do my due diligence. Like, I really would have to dissect these candidates for the GM job, for the head coaching job. Now, John Harbaugh's name is sexy. Like I say, he won a Super Bowl. So that jewelry being on his resume is enticing because it's proven. You don't have to guess and speculate that this guy knows what it takes to win it all because it's been done. Now, it was many years ago at this point, but it has been done. So we can't take that away from him. So if I was just off the top, I got 5 seconds to answer, I would most likely go John Harbaugh.
Well, the only problem here is that it seems like every team wants to hire John Harbaugh, and there's only one of them.
That's a good point.
So I don't. Is that where he goes? Is that a potential? I don't know. It wouldn't be at the top of my list if I were John Harbaugh, but
I don't think it's as obvious or no-brainer as people are making it out to be that, yes, just because they reached out to him prior to firing Mike McDaniel doesn't mean that that it's mutual.
Explain that if people haven't seen that.
There was a report that prior to Mike McDaniel being fired, they reached out to John Harbaugh to set up an interview. And it's kind of like, well, hold on. You guys have a head coach.
Does that make you guys think, though, that the Dolphins call Harbaugh's agent and then say, hey, are you interested? We might be interested in you. Are you interested in us? Doesn't it seem to make sense, though, that they might have been told on the phone that, hey, if you had an opening, we might be interested in coaching for you? No?
Yeah.
That's where my mind keeps going.
Yeah,
here.
but I mean, also, how many teams in the league that have coaches would trade theirs for John Harbaugh, too? So
Most,
it could have been that sort of situation where it's like, we'd get rid of this guy.
But John Harbaugh's agent could have said to them, we're looking at other teams. We're not really interested. I feel like they got a glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
And that's why they then pulled the trigger.
So you just fire Mike McDaniel for a chance at John Harbaugh?
Yeah. I mean, I think Miami, this season went just about as bad as you could have.
It didn't go great.
It went pretty bad.
Up and down, but
I think, you bench your quarterback that you're paying a buttload of money for. I mean, I wouldn't say that they are the most attractive franchise.
Yeah.
Sure, they have Devon Achane, they have Jalen Waddle, they have a strong defense in some areas. But I mean,
Tyreek Hill, I don't know, or maybe you look at that as like a headache at this point.
I think maybe Tyreek Hill is probably as good as gone at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think out of all the opening positions for a head coach candidacy right now, I'm going with the New York Giants, if anything, over the Miami Dolphins. I just think you have a young quarterback and an up-and-coming team.
But now, what about Mike McDaniel, though? Does this guy, do other teams want him as a head coach? Does he go back to being a coordinator?
He got a coordinator job like that.
I think he's going to Baltimore.
You think so?
Could be a little switcheroo.
Hey, let me tell you this. Speaking of Baltimore reportedly asking to talk to Robert Saleh. I think Robert, he's a great coordinator. I watched what happened in New York with the Jets. He is not a head coach.
Different roster, a little bit of different roster.
But he's just not some guys are coordinators. Some guy like Steve Spagnuolo in Kansas City. Great coordinator, not a head coach. There's been a million guys like that.
I mean, I think
Josh
a big one.
McDaniel
Gannon.
Right, exactly.
An absolute failure of a 3-season stretch in Arizona. And I mean, he was a defensive coordinator for the Eagles, right? So
moving over those couple inches on the bench, right? We move from that one seat to the big chair. it changes.
It does.
Things get harder.
Yeah, what
At
if,
TMZ too.
what if Mike McDaniel went to like Detroit and became the offensive play caller?
That's
You guys know
interesting.
McDaniel is going to be the Browns head coach.
You think so?
Is that what people were saying?
Yeah, he has a history with us.
Really?
He was an assistant.
I mean,
Okay.
Would you be happy with that?
No.
I mean, why?
You can't be.
Why I want a solidified winner.
Maybe you guys should hire Kevin Stefanski.
Who
I hear
is?
he's on
Yeah,
the
that's a good
market.
idea. Who is that?
That would be good.
It is.
I would take McCarthy.
McCarthy, interesting.
I need someone who knows what it takes to be the guy.
McCarthy's not going to embarrass you. I think like if Mike McCarthy's your coach, you're. Do I think you're going to win a Super Bowl? Probably not, but you're going to be a respectable team.
Would you, as a
We could
Browns
get-
fan, accept John Harbaugh? You would, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Making sure.
Who is your top guy? Who, if you could hire
John
anyone?
Harbaugh.
That's
Okay.
right. Everyone's top pick is John
But
Harbaugh.
I'm assuming he is out.
Yeah. For me, I want Harbaugh.
Right.
That's my guy. One hands down, and then I would probably go Stefanski.
I mean, I think just like if you're Harbaugh, you got to go to a team that you have been since the Browns since the Browns have been a team that's perennially in the playoffs. Two out of every 3 years they're going to be in the mix. You go from 18 years of coaching where you're always at least contending.
Yeah.
It's to some degree. Why would you go to a team like Miami? Why would you go to a team like respectfully like the Browns or something that's going to have to take a rebuild? Where it's like you go to the Giants. I mean, I'm an Eagles fan. I'm still praising.
Yeah.
Like, they're one of the best defensive lines in the league.
Yeah,
you draft one good cornerback in a right guard.
The Giants
and you're
have
there.
some good pieces.
I
think with the Giants, there was a period when Jackson Dart then came in. They were playing really well. It looked like they could play with anybody.
Scadaboo
And
was
have a
Scadaboo.
time of Malik Neighbors and Scadaboo together.
Right.
Scadaboo
Those
knocked
injuries
off the
happened.
Eagles early in the year. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
those
they
two injuries
embarrassed
changed
us.
everything. It's like they had no weapons at that point.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the Giants, they're one of the original organizations. They're like a blue blood
team.
franchise. They're in the New York metro area. I think I would have to think it's an attractive job to John Harbaugh. So we'll see.
The thing is, not many coaches can say they won a Super Bowl as the head coach. More often than not, they have some idea of what they're doing.
Yeah.
So if there is one available who has gone that far and won it all, has a Lombardi trophy in his trophy case, now, there are a few exceptions.
I also think it can't go understated that like his playoff run in that Super Bowl with the Ravens was like one of the most, like nobody saw that coming. That was not by any means a very good. I mean, they were a good team, but they were not the top of the league at that moment. They made a great run, and that has to do a lot with coaching.
Would you take Doug Peterson?
That's why I said there are a few exceptions.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was
I
like,
don't think,
who's
and
got
we'll,
one?
we'll
man?
do. Speaking of, we'll do some more football here
I
with
mean,
this Rashee Rice.
Doug and Nick Foles have their statue outside of the link.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right,
like
you
that.
win, you're immortalized forever. But in no sport, obviously, does head coaching have an impact on the team like in football? I think. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was like. I mean, I've
Rice,
never
okay.
seen somebody so like. That first Super Bowl in Philadelphia, and Doug Peterson and Nick Foles are probably two of the most beloved sports figures in all of Philadelphia. And I mean, Doug Peterson hasn't coached there since 2019.
Yeah. Yep.
know?
That's what happens. You win a Super Bowl, you never pay for dinner again.
Yeah,
All right, Steve, can we do this real quick before I have to go?
Yes.
What are we doing?
Okay.
So inside television, when we were starting this 43 minutes ago, this was A1. Then we got that 911 call, and we've switched the rundown here on the fly. So this is
this B now?
B1. Welcome
Okay,
back,
B1.
Rashee Rice.
Okay.
I'm going to give you, you're going to start on this. Welcome inside the TMZ Newsroom, and then it'll come to your single.
Okay. So are we on the wide shot most of the time because I'm not knowing where to look?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I ever going to look at 33?
You could play to it, but as long as just have a conversation with each other.
Yeah.
Think of it
Okay.
like a cocktail party is the way
Right. Okay.
The only time I think to definitely look at it, Babcock, is when you're leading
Got
on
it.
that single.
Got it.
But here
Okay.
I'm going to come out of this to, so you'll be on the white shot.
Okay. Got it. All right. Let's do it. Lucas, just run through the allegations here.
What is going on?
Okay.
With the
And
camera?
we'll say.
Oh no, he said he's doing
Okay.
that as like a welcome to the newsroom.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. I'm sorry, Steve. It's not. You are coming out, and I'm not looking at the single shot now. Going to the white shot. Okay. Cool. Got it.
Which is center is 10.
Gotcha. Oh, I got you. Our new shot. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. We're going to talk about some allegations that have been made by the ex-girlfriend of Rashee Rice, the Kansas City Chiefs star. Now, it's an interesting story, and it's a strange story because, as Lucas will tell us here in a second, there was a woman by the name of Dakota Jones who has not just had a long-term relationship with Rashee, but has also 2 children with him, who went to social media yesterday afternoon, Lucas, not too long after we got done taping the show, as a matter of fact, and again, made some really explosive allegations. The thing is, she never named him. She never said Rashee Rice did this to me, but you kind of put 2 and 2 together, and it seems to point to him.
Right. She starts things off by saying, I kept quiet for 8 years because I was trying to protect his image. And that's usually what, someone of a high profile like Rashee Rice would be. They make those kind of...
He's got an image.
Right. And so she says that over the course of their 8-year relationship, there have been times that that an ex was abusive to her. She claims that one of these, or at least a few of these times, happened while she was pregnant. They also said she was treated terribly, and that they broke up a few months ago, but it didn't make anything better. It actually made her put it. But she broke it all down. She said that there were times where she would be locked outside of her home, and it would be freezing outside, and because that ex was caught cheating, that was his way of retaliation. And she would say that there was property damage, there were clothes and shoes of hers that were cut up, and just plenty of things that she said really took a toll on my life, but then also these 2 kids that we have together, this person that she dated painted himself out to be this father of the year.
Right.
And said, we're trying so hard to just have this man in my kids' lives, things like that. And the reason why we're being so careful with how we're explaining this is because she never named Rashee Rice as the person who did this.
But here's what I'll say now, and the reason we're doing this story is because the Kansas City Chiefs then, last night, they come out and they say that they are aware of these allegations. And then today, the NFL tells us that they are actually now investigating these claims made against, again, it's Rashee Rice. It wasn't directly said, but it is Rashee Rice. So they are investigating now this situation under the league's domestic violence policy. And obviously, you go back to Ray Rice in 2014 when we published that video, and that changed how the NFL handled domestic violence. So there is a potential, if the NFL finds something here, and that's down the line, but if they find something, there's a potential that he could be suspended for 6 games or even more, because again, the allegations are really ugly. As Lucas was talking, you probably saw those photographs. These are photographs that Dakota herself posted. That's the reason we're showing them to you. She wants them to be seen, and there they are. And you can clearly see, at least what looks like to me, a bunch of injuries throughout, over her body. Steve, you got what you need there?
Yep, we are good. You could probably swap out. We'll get Chad in here, and we'll talk about Luca's favorite team. Luca, what team do you root for in football again?
Eagles, the only team that isn't a DC team that I root for.
What about the Commanders?
That's why I do not root for. That's why I root for the Eagles, because my dad made it very clear.
Baseball, are you?
Baseball, Nationals,
All right, cool.
and Capitals for hockey.
What up, Chad?
Love me some Washington Mystics as well.
Doing good.
Good.
Happy Thursday.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, champions. That's the most recent DC championship I've seen, was the Washington Mystics.
Oh, shoot.
We're doing Trey Young?
We are doing Trey Young, yep. Sound is Boosie.
Are we coming in with the sound?
No, you can toss to it.
Okay. And this is Welcome Back?
This is a welcome back.
Sorry, look at wide shot. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we showed you earlier, TMZ Newsroom.
Corey Kispert. And,
we are coming live from the TMZ Newsroom.
And then no draft pick.
Right there, boom. There it is. That is just to our left.
Yeah. 2020 or 2018.
Okay.
He could bring it in.
What do you say?
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman, Luca, Dylan, Chad. Everybody's here. Well, the big news Wednesday night in the NBA was Trey Young is finally at a new home, and he is now a Washington Wizard. And the awkward part about it is the Hawks were playing a game as this news dropped. The Hawks were playing against the Pelicans. And if you've ever been to a Hawks game, you know Boosie is going to be there. He is an Atlanta rapper. He is an Atlanta staple. Everyone loves him, and he has that front row seat. He sits on wood at these games. Well, when the news broke, Trey Young was at the game. He wasn't playing. He's been out with an injury and among other things going on with him. But Boosie had a hilarious reaction, and he actually documented it all for us to enjoy because it's quite funny.
They just traded Trey, man. He down there dribbling the basketball with his clothes on. Damn.
Now, of course, that trade, including Young, the Wizards are Kispert. So we actually happen to have the only Wizards fan known in existence. Luca, we're going to start with you first. What do we make of this trade?
So, guys, I'm sure he heard about it through maybe Woj or somebody like that, or, you know, Shams. I got a Wid bomb last night that that Trey Young is going to our nation's capital, to the DMV, to be a Washington Wizard. And at the time, you can attest to this, I was not very thrilled. I was content with our tanking and our being bad and getting a top draft pick. But as I've had time to think about it and let it fester a little bit, I'm very excited for this. I haven't watched a meaningful Wizards basketball game in years and years and years.
I don't think I've ever watched one.
Or a fun one for that matter in the last 5 or 6 years. But as I started to look a little bit deeper at the trade, I'm excited, right? Trey's a 4-time All-Star, 27 years old, only behind Magic and John Stockton in assists per game all time.
Jeez.
It just makes a lot of sense. And, you know, a lot of people are going to think, why would he want to go to D.C.? All this, you know, reports that were coming out saying that it was his preferred destination. I mean, the Travis Schlenk, who drafted Young in Atlanta, is a current executive for D.C. right now. That makes a lot of sense, as well as the fact that, you know, he has a young core of guys over there. He's going to be able to shoot the rock as much as he wants. I'm very excited for it. You know, maybe next year and the years after that will be good. I just hope that we don't lose our top 8 protected pick. And if that, you know, doesn't happen, I will be very happy.
I mean, I gotta give it some words for Boosie, because this sucks to lose Trey Young. In terms of the last 8 years he's been there, like, he's delivered some pretty big moments for
Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, in the playoffs, scoring crazy amount of buckets. It's tough to see a guy you drafted leave, especially like, the way news moves so fast now that you can find out in the middle of a game. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I felt for him. That's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd started chanting his name, saying, "Thank you, Trey."
Yeah.
I don't know what other Atlanta Hawks jersey you would even get.
Right.
You know, probably everyone has a Trey Young jersey. You know, number 11's all over the arena. So that's awkward. I mean, we see in baseball sometimes at the trade deadline, guys get pulled out of the game too. But still, you're sitting on the bench. This happens. You know, you've probably got fans showing you their phones, like, we're breaking the news to you. It's just got to be a really awkward situation for everyone involved. And you know, Boosie kind of showed it's how surreal it was himself. You know, just sitting there courtside.
Yeah.
I mean, the reactions seem to be mostly positive from people around the association, from executives, from former players. I think most former players just kind of wish that it doesn't happen in the middle of the games now. But Trey Young, we're very happy to have you in D.C.
Yeah.
Do you guys, this is a trivia question.
Ooh, give it to me. Trivia.
Who was the player the Atlanta Hawks famously did this with, who was playing in the game when he was traded?
And he's an Atlanta Hawk?
In his debut with the Atlanta Hawks, he was traded after the first half.
Was it midseason?
It was midseason.
And he was just making his first start and then got traded.
He was making...
What is the timeline of this?
2000s.
2000s.
Hawks.
Chad, do you know?
I don't even know the answer. So
where'd he go to?
Oh, yeah.
A team where he won a championship.
Big Al Horford?
Whoa.
Younger.
Younger?
He
won a championship in 2004. Ryan, can you fact check me on this?
He
Does
won a
anyone
championship.
know who I'm talking about? Does anyone?
Wow.
So he went to Detroit?
So
Went to Detroit.
No, I don't know.
Did we just make a story?
No, we haven't talked about this guy in a long time.
So he was on that Pistons team.
Legend.
He's a legend.
He's on that Pistons
Oh, don't lie.
It's not Chauncey.
Rasheed Wallace?
Rasheed Wallace.
Did he come from Portland for a second? I did not know that story. I don't remember that.
Guys, there you go.
I got to double check.
Clover, fact check.
If I am wrong here, we got to strike this from.
Clover, is that a green check mark for you fact checked it and it's correct?
Yeah, but that's definitely
Thank you,
happened
Judy.
before
I
where people
appreciate
like
that.
show their phones and they're like, bro, you just got traded.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what Dyson Daniels was saying. He was
Yeah.
like, there was a buzz around the stadium, and like fans were like showing him the Shams report, like
On the watch
Trey
and
just
trade.
got traded. So
it's
Oh.
I gotta know why they do it. Like they don't just.
Well, I was watching a thing, like a podcast with it was Boogie Cousins and Isaiah Thomas were talking about it, and both of them prefaced it by saying like, you know, it's a good, you know, trade for both parties. It's kind of like Wizards definitely won by not having to give up draft picks or whatever, blah 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 blah. But they prefaced each like time before talking about how good it was by saying the league's got to figure out something where like it's disrespectful to the players, the organization, and has delivered the only memorable Atlanta Hawks moments for you in the last couple decades, right? It's like,
Dude.
you trade him in the middle of a game, like, and he's in street clothes on the bench, and
that
it's just
B-roll of him walking down the tunnel and the clock is
Yeah.
still going.
It's
That's
crazy.
pretty wild.
And it's like, I mean, at least wait. You know, there should be a rule that it has to be before the game or after the game. Like, you can't do it during. Like, that's crazy work saying that happens. And Boosie's just there on the sideline being like, he's over there dribbling the basketball. Like, it's absurd.
I messed up.
You messed.
All right, so
So the Wood Bomb was not.
He was traded after the game, but he played one game,
he played 1 year.
3 quarters for the Atlanta Hawks. He scored 20 points in that game, 6 rebounds, blocked 5 shots. Hawks legend Rasheed Wallace.
And then he went on to
Yeah.
And then he was traded to
That would be a cool
the Pistons,
jersey.
and the rest is history.
I love like that niche part of the internet where it's like people that have like people like trying to one up niche jerseys of like other people.
Yeah.
And like a Rasheed Wallace Atlanta Hawks one would be
No,
awesome.
my favorite is Dwayne Wade and the Cavs jersey.
The Dwayne Wade Cavs.
I have a Cavs jersey that will beat that
What is that?
in the vault. Chad, you know what one it is. My Andrew Wiggins Cavs jersey.
okay,
Oh.
They sold them when everyone knew he was going to be traded for Kevin Love.
yeah, right. They just had to
Wow.
wait till like a specific day because he had just been drafted.
Yep. And I was like, I'm going to buy one of those because that'll be cool at fests and parties.
That is
I
pretty
haven't
cool.
worn it once.
Hey, Lucas Rainman,
Yes.
can you take us through Shohei here? We'll just stay you 4.
Okay.
It's just B-roll photos of them at Dodger Stadium.
Or do you think the worst
3
thing
minutes
is
would be ideal, and saying goodbye.
the worst thing you think is trading Matthew
minutes?
Stafford? That's
3
probably one of the
minutes,
most even
including
trades
we'll see you tomorrow.
all time is Stafford for Goff.
1-7. What yesterday was 1-7.
January 7th, he wears 17, yeah.
Potentially not too coming.
Man, the Rams are such an interesting team this year, man.
Let's do it. Is this moving on?
Thank you, Samantha.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lucas, Luca, Dylan, and Chad. Well, this is my favorite segment, possibly ever. the MLB's best player and the world's best pup had an adorable video on 1/7, January 7th, which just so happens to be unofficial Shohei Otani Day in baseball.
Nice.
And Shohei took his, oh my gosh, the cutest dog ever, Decoy, to
boy.
Dodger Stadium, and luckily he shared the footage of it. And Decoy, who is as happy as could be, was running around the facility, also going onto the field at Dodger Stadium. I mean, look at this. He's in heaven there. He's playing fetch. We all know he's very good at the first pitch.
That's true.
I was actually at that game where they gave out the Decoy bobblehead
Really?
balls, and he did the first, ran the first pitch from to Shohei. Cutest moment. There was not a dry eye in that entire stadium. Yeah, I can't get enough of this. I was actually going to put it up on the site today. I'm heartbroken that I didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, does Shohei ever leave this place? Does he have his own keys to this place where he can run, bring his dog, run around?
He
Like,
must.
If he doesn't,
He
he
should.
absolutely
Must have
He
24-hour
absolutely
access.
should. But yeah, awesome to see him enjoy the off season a little bit there.
Oh my goodness. I mean, like, you know, right back to the grind as always. But I mean, if I'm Decoy, this has to be the best life ever. Are you kidding me? You're Shohei's dog. You're traveling the whole world, and you have an entire baseball field to go and play fetch. That seems like the best thing ever.
Is Decoy the most famous athlete pet I'm trying to think of others, but I think Decoy might be 1-1.
Tiger might
That's
number one, but
all time maybe, but currently I think it's got to be
currently,
Decoy.
oh yeah, it's Decoy. Like there's no
And
other
rightfully
team
so.
that is making bobbles for
that picture. Oh wow, the
Gosh,
picture of his,
imagine being a Dodgers player that wants to have his own bobblehead night. Decoy gets it before you too.
That's gotta suck.
To be fair, it was Otani holding Decoy, so I guess
yeah,
you can pass it off as
another
Otani.
one. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I sold mine. I had Shohei's first Dodgers bobble, and I also had the one with Decoy, and I made a pretty penny. But that's something.
Really, you sold it?
Today. I did.
Oh wow.
I did. Money talks, but
Fair.
all things considered, like Decoy, if I were to run into the Otanis walking down the street, I might be more starstruck at seeing that guy.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing else?
That's fine. We'll do a goodbye after. You're good. We're good. You guys could just do it here, though. You want to just continue, Lucas? You could just do that. I'll do it for TMZ Sports. We'll just continue it.
Yeah, that'll do it for TMZ Sports. Tune in Friday.
Thank you, Judy. I
Tune in
appreciate
tomorrow.
it.
Fiesta Bowl tonight.
It is
Fiesta Bowl.
all things.
Ole Miss, Miami.
How long does that to be? 33 seconds?
Hey Parker, how's it going, bud?
If you're short, it's okay, too.
Parker, is Angie in here?
Well, enough about dogs. That's going to be it for us today here at TMZ Sports. Make sure you guys tune in on the live stream from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific on weekdays, as well as on FS1, where you guys are watching right now. Can I do this again? Because that was really freaking stupid.
You're not freaking stupid, man. You're really freaking smart, man.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. All right, that's going to do it for us today here at TMZ Sports. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow where we're going to talk more about dogs or whatever else is going on. But make sure you guys also tune in to our live stream from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific on weekdays. Check out our website, tmz.com/sports. We're everywhere, all the social medias. Make sure you guys are updated on all of that because we are going to bring you the biggest content throughout the day. Make sure you guys have a great night. See you all tomorrow.
Yeah, dude.
Heck yeah, man.
Tomorrow we'll just be talking to NFL weekend.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Ready.
We gotta get our picks ready for tomorrow.
Sheesh.
Samantha, yep, a little redo, little wid do.
Hey, you know what? Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
We're going to go 1 minute. One more minute on the stream.
One more
With the
one more minute on the stream, everybody. No abrupt ending.
Judy, crazy. The bet I made was I just chose all my picks for the wild card weekend when I was in Denver, because FanDuel is legal there.
Nice.
So that's what I had to do. So
I'm not just over there watching us.
What's the big upset?
So the only upset I put on there, actually, I'm not even sure if the line has changed, but I have actually I think it is an upset because even though it's in Florida or in Jacksonville, I had the Jags beating the Bills.
There might be a slight.
Which
dog.
I think they were 2.5 point favorites, the Bills, or something like that. Sorry, Connor. Guys, Connor's looking at me right now with the stink eye. Nobody's been playing better than Jacksonville as of late, and the Bills and Josh Allen are limping into the play. Guys,
he looks like he's ready to jump through.
I'm kind of scared, guys.
Maybe throw you through a table.
Guys, please pray for me.
He'll be at Shakey's
guys,
on
he's
Sunday.
standing up. He's going to the Shakey's game on Sunday.